Coming up in Born to be Wild, an orphaned seal proves a puzzle for staff.
We love her, but she's a challenge.
Romain tries everything to save a nestling raven.
So that's a big hurdle done. Let's get this.
And it's a busy day for Bob.
We've got the cat in the back, we need to get to Dundee. We've got another hedgehog in Methil, and we've got another bird rancher, so let's get to it.
The UK is home to two resident species of seal, the grey seal and the harbour seal. Grey seals are much bigger than the harbour and have longer breeding seasons, with pups born in the autumn and early winter. The pups start off with a white fluffy coat when they're born. Their blubber, which keeps them warm in the cold seas, can be as thick as the length of your middle finger. The centre's seal unit is the newest of its kind in the UK and can accommodate up to 60 seals at any one time. Whether they come here due to wild weather, being orphaned, or mistakenly picked up by a member of the public, this team's mission is to get them back to the wild.
Yeah, that was nice.
And running this state-of-the-art facility is Head of Seals, Canice.
I just love them. I absolutely love them. I love their little personalities and the way they are, just the interaction with them. I don't even think I can describe in words what they actually do mean to me.
This is Pumba.
They're all very, very different. They're all very unique.
This is Timon. Wee Pippity. Even smaller Bagheera.
You also get the ones that need a little bit extra attention.
And this is Boaty.
Like ones that come in with injuries and that you spend a little bit more time with.
Wee Boaty isn't doing too well just now.
Boaty came to the centre as a very young pup with badly wounded flippers, which staff suspect was a result of being bashed against some rocks. But luckily for Boaty, she's found herself in the right place, as the seal unit has an excellent survival rate, especially for grey seals.
Each seal is like totally different and they've got different personalities. You just never know what to expect with wildlife rehabilitation.
Every year, the centre's bird unit takes in thousands of birds, be it injured adults or fledglings who have been found out of their nest and unable to fly. In a typical year, the team saves over 3,500 wild birds. Head of the bird unit is Lorraine.
Got accessories.
She gave up a career in graphic design to follow her passion and has been with the Scottish SPCA for 16 years. And today, her latest guest is causing all sorts of excitement.
Check this guy out. This is a nestling raven, and you can't get much bigger than that.
Ravens have been part of our culture for hundreds of years, from the Vikings to the present day. The largest member of the crow family, these scavengers can live up to 17 years. Collectively referred to as an unkindness of ravens, they are incredibly intelligent and mischievous birds.
It's really special to have one, and I mean, we don't see them that often in here, so the minute he came in yesterday, everybody was flocking down here. He's probably about a month old. He's fell from the nest and injured his wing.
And Lorraine has called this baby bird Rory.
He's a really lovely natured bird, you know, and I mean, people don't realise just how, intelligent birds are, you know, and how they can give you a lot of one-to-one sort of connection, you know, a lot of eye contact.
Head vet and specialist veterinary surgeon Romain is keen to have a look at Rory's wing to assess the damage.
I can't see things that are fractured in there. Shh. You're just going to injure your wing. Right, okay.
Nervous patient Rory is not happy being examined.
Yes.
So Romain decides to give him an anaesthetic to prevent any further damage.
We'll stick your whole head in. It's less stressful for you. How's he looking? sleepy. Getting there. Hello, sausage. Let's put you down. I'll get this. So let's just have a very quick feel while he won't hurt himself. So the problem is it's not just this feather. These feathers are breaking. Look at this. He's had something really go badly wrong with him. So that's not a great start to life. And then we'll x-ray that wing actually. There's a break in the ulna. The good thing is the radius is intact, but a break like that from falling out is really not serious.
Rory is less than a month old, so should still be in the nest with his mum. However, as he's so young, Romain is confident his broken bone should heal in its own time with a simple bandage. Rory has come round from his anaesthetic.
Oh, what a headache, and you've done a poo. At least it's in the towel.
However, Lorraine and Romain still have to wrestle a bandage onto a groggy and grumpy patient.
Calm down, that's not going to help. Gee, I wonder if we can't take it behind your wing.
Working with birds on a one-to-one basis like we do is something that very, very few people get to do. Even people who work with wildlife, they very rarely get the hands-on thing that we do.
You are going to break another wing if you're not clever.
And when you're caring for an animal, when you're actually trying to help that little soul,
Oh, very worrying, isn't it?
you know, you can't get any closer than that.
Hey, what was all that about? Right, how does that look?
Right, yeah.
Hey, you're a pretty bird.
He just has to, I don't think he's looking very happy with his bandage on him. He's looking a little bit fed up.
While Rory may be feeling sorry for himself, this is the best chance he's got if he's to make it into the wild. Animals that come to the centre are checked over by staff and sorted into the sections they'll be housed in. In spring and early summer, staff can expect to receive anything between 60 to 80 animals a day, peaking in June to 150. They come from all over Scotland, either brought to the centre by a member of the public or dropped off by one of the many animal rescue officers who collect casualties from around the country. Scottish SPCA driver Bob is on his way to meet a member of the public who has found a stranded tawny owl chick. It's the first stop of a busy day.
Got to get to Dundee. From Dundee, we've got the cat in the back. We need to get to Dundee. We've got another hedgehog in Methil, and we've got another bird in Anstruther, so let's get to it. Perfecto. Hey, are you all right? If I can open the door. Aha, perfect. Bless him. Let's have a little look.
Yes, I just saw him on the ground, but my dog was going to go for him, so I thought he would just go back to him.
That's it. I
so
mean,
I thought the only thing I could really do was kind of pick him up, and to me, he didn't look well. You know,
Yeah.
just you see an animal on the ground, and he
That's
didn't look well at
no,
all.
that's the right thing to have done, to be fair. He's a
Yeah.
young chick. It's a young tawny owl, you can
How
see.
old do you think he is?
This guy here is maybe only about a week old, something
Oh,
like
is
that.
that
Yeah,
old,
he's going to be very, very young, but you can
Yes.
see the feathers are starting to come through.
Tawny owls would normally leave the nest around 5 to 6 weeks, but they stay close for another week while they test their flight skills.
We'll take into the
he's so
wildlife centre and
cute,
she'll be
aren't you?
fine. Very sweet the way.
Yes, isn't he? Yeah.
A wee ball of
I know,
fluff.
I was trying to name him actually as I was going round.
We'll just call him
Yes, he's
Fluff Ball,
Fluff
that'll
Ball.
be fine. Yeah, he's
Yes,
cute.
he's-
But thanks very much
No
for that, we
problem.
really appreciate
No, I'm glad
that.
I did the right thing.
Ah,
Anyway.
you're fine, not
Thank
a problem.
you.
Cheers for that.
Cheers.
Before the tawny owl can be delivered to the centre, he'll accompany Bob on his rounds as he picks up other passengers.
There's no such thing as a typical day in this job, because I'll tell you something, you never know what you're going to deal with, because we deal with everything. Most of your calls are wildlife, probably 90%, easily.
Next stop for Bob, the town of Methil, where a hedgehog has been spotted out in daylight.
Hedgehog out during the day, typically there's usually something wrong with it. As far as a hedgehog's concerned, if it's dark, it's coming out. That's pretty much how they work. They're going to leave it in a box if they're not about. They've done the right thing by picking up. I mean, it's curled up. I mean, it looks, for its size, it looks a little bit thin. You can always tell with hedgehogs because you can see the spines are quite loose. See, I mean, he's not as tight. For that size, you'd expect him to be, you know, like this, and very, very tightly packed. And I'm only smelling him just because if he's got an infection, if he's got a wound, you would smell it. You would smell the infection off them, you see. He doesn't smell at all, so he's all right. Yeah, we'll get him in the centre, thank you. Best place for him to be. Just checking on my cargo. Hey, yeah. He's looking up at the wheel, looking at me. That's too cute. Open the box now. I was like, what are you saying?
With another passenger on board, Bob's next stop is Dundee, where there's a surprise in store. With up to 60 seals at any one time, Kenise needs all the help she can get. So it's just as well she's ably assisted by her two protégés, Lucy and Sarah.
Kenise is a great boss. If you're having a really bad day, it's good that you have people to rely on.
So you know what to do your tube feed first and then your assist feed.
I've learnt a lot from her. She's trained me from the very start. She was really good at training me with the greys. She's good at just taking me back, keeping everything calm and taking everything at my own pace.
Today they're checking in on one customer who is making their presence felt. Boaty's been in the centre for many months and has earned herself something of a reputation.
She's one of our more challenging cases because she's still not feeding herself. We're still having to assist feed her to try and get the weight on her. She came in with horrific wounds all over her. She had a swollen back flipper, swollen front flipper. She had an eye problem. She's had a mouth infection. We love her, but she's a challenge.
Oh my God. She was so cute.
Aww. Such a glamorous job.
You're like, excuse me, I'm just trying to sleep here. Yeah. You would never be able to tell that she had all the cuts all over, like they're all healed. She's looking really good.
She's one of those
Still
seals.
not self-feeding.
Still not feeding, but she was one of them that everyone absolutely loved to do. She was always so sweet and so easy to do. And now, because she's better, because she's got used to us, she's came up with all these little tricks as to how to avoid being fed. At the minute, we've got probably about 42, 43. All of them are self-feeding, apart from Boaty. There's nothing wrong with her. She's just a bit delayed on feeding herself. That means someone needs to get on her back and have to assist feed her, so help her eat. She takes the fish pretty much herself, but we just need to give her that extra hand doing it. She gets 15 fish a day, so that's 5 fish every single feed. That's the thing, as the day goes on, the more difficult she gets because the less hungry she gets. So the morning feed, whoever does her in the mornings has got the easiest round. They all have different voices, so it's different singing voices.
We can recognize Boaty screaming, we're on the other side, we know it's Boaty.
So she knows when she wants fed, you'll start to hear her, she'll become very vocal. And there's the scream.
Yeah.
Come on! Young girl. They don't like having someone getting on their back, but it's got to be done, otherwise she's just going to be sitting there dropping weight all the time.
That's it. Back in the bucket.
Right, so come on. We're not going to be sitting on them or getting on them and just putting fish down their throat for the sake of it, you know.
There we go. That's better. She knows how to get back into the pen though. You know the way.
Boaty seems happy enough now, but if she doesn't learn to self-feed soon, she'll have no chance of survival in the wild.
Back to her afternoon nap now.
She'll be back to sleep.
Oh,
Actually, yeah, food coma.
Oh.
At the centre in Dundee, rescue officer Bob is finding, even after 7 years in the job, it still offers up surprises.
A red shank. I've never ever seen one before. Very cool. Hey pal. He's very cool. What a lovely bird, eh?
And he's far from the only one needing a lift.
So we've got an adult tawny owl, and then we've got 7 ducklings. Turn up to Dundee with a cat and take like half the wildlife of Dundee back with you, you know. But that's fair enough because we're going across that way anyway, so 2 birds, 1 stone and all that, innit? I don't know how I'm going to squeeze this in. My van's quite overwhelmed at the moment.
And if you've ever tried packing up a boot with shopping, try doing it with live animals.
I may have to try and squeeze. Get there, my pal. Reshuffle, reshuffle. 1, 2. It's not ideal, but. And off we go. Sometimes it's just madness, but it's good madness. To be honest with you, I wouldn't swap my job for anything. No chance. Like, I've got the dream job. There's so many people that want this job, and I've got it.
It's all in a day's work for Bob as he brings his car full of chaos back to the centre.
What have we got? We've got 7 ducklings, we've got a red shank, we've got 3 young carrion crows, we have 2 big hedgehogs, we have a young tawny owl and an adult owl. A lot. Yeah, a lot. Have you got a spare minute? Because I've got a van full. Perfect. Handy, handy. Right, my friend. Oh, that's just so sweet. Wee baby Tawny. He is just so... He must be sitting there going, what's the racket? What is the racket? And these ducklings are booming about this box. They're healthy. Let's go! We've got a red shank. Yeah. Got a red shank inside there.
Oh, was it?
Exactly. Lorraine will be like flipping.
With the bulk of the hard work over, there's still always paperwork.
So we've got a hedgehog, and we've got a hedgehog, and we've got tawny owl. I feel like, what's her name, Angelina Jolie. I have adopted lots of children. Here's the paperwork to prove it. I have 7 ducklings. Minted.
Will you give me a hand with him? I'll just close this door so we can give him a flight test.
Rory the raven came to the centre with a fracture in his wing. Reluctant to operate, Romain bandaged him with the hope it would knit together on its own. With the bandages now removed, it's time to test his flight skills.
We really expect him now to, be completely fully flighted. I'll hold the net in front. Are you happy to pop your hands up flat? So let's just uncover this and see if he'll do fly, not plummet. Yes, that feels better, but instead of now trying to climb on people's heads, yeah, he's trying to climb up, Lorraine, unfortunately. If you lower your arm and high, make your hand go up, he's probably just going to, unfortunately, try and climb up your shoulder now. Oops, that was inevitable. Stop being silly. There's no attempt to fly, is there? I don't want you to fall. I don't want him to fall. Don't worry about him being there. Let's just get this net, because he's going to have a fall. I don't think he's got enough strength. Come on, you're okay. Oh, sausage. Okay, Mr. Bell, let's go and x-ray you. Let's see what's happening. It might be that for some other reason it's not healed as planned.
X-rays reveal Rory's fracture is healing well. However, something else has caught Romain's eye.
I'll show you what I think is pretty much the definite problem going on here. What you'll see is here just by the elbow joint, this has come out of joint. Unfortunately, when that pops out of joint, then he's not going to be able to fly. Now that's a real bugger to do something about. I'm not quite sure we are going to be able to fix it. There are some things I can maybe try. It's not something that's really been done in birds before, but he's a bigger bird, so maybe something worth a bash.
Scotland boasts some of the UK's most unspoiled landscapes, home to some of our rarest and most iconic species. From the mighty golden eagle to the highly specialised mountain hare. The staff have seen and cared for almost all of them, putting their knowledge and expertise constantly to the test. And today, a rarity has landed on Romain's to-do list.
Having a nicely cleaned floor and room usually means something's about to poop on it.
A red-throated diver has been brought into the centre. These striking and unusual birds are specially protected and breed mainly in the north of Scotland. In summer, they sport a stunning plumage with a distinctive red throat and eye, but in winter, this fades to a duller grey-white plumage. Their call is one of the most emotive sounds of the Highlands. These shy birds are extremely ungainly on land and only come ashore to breed.
It's an unusual bird for us to get the wildlife centre, so what we see doesn't always reflect what the natural populations are. So let's have a look at what the story was with him. Came from the Highlands and he landed on a bridge. It's not very revealing.
With not a lot of information to go on, Romain decides to take a closer look.
Just watch your face. There we go. There we go. Just watch your face. Don't bring him up to your face. Shh, beautiful. Really beautiful. Have these amazing water-bound feet that, if you look, are shaped like a wing. So it's very wide from top to bottom, but very thin from the front, so they can slide through the water with the foot like that. So there's no problems on the feet. So he hasn't been on the ground for a long time. Okay, let's have a look at you, PJ. The problem with the unusual birds is often they don't tolerate the stresses. So, you know, they're things that we can fix, but the birds don't cope with the conditions we have to keep them in to allow them, you know, to be fixed, and that's always a problem. Again, you can almost instantly see he's soiling his feathers, and that will be a problem. So he's thin but not emaciated.
Another cause for concern is the bird not feeding, so Claire and Katrina must give him a helping hand.
He's swallowing them, as long as I get them far enough into his mouth. He is taking them, so that's a good thing. What we're hoping is that he'll just get a taste for them. Oh.
Yeah, having never hand-fed a diver before.
This is the first time. He must be hungry, but I think he's just stressed. He's not eating himself. There we go.
The diver is taking food, but it's obviously not happy in captivity, so Romain will need to attend to him as soon as he can.
Oh, Mr. Man.
3 weeks ago, Rory the raven came into the centre with an injured wing, having fallen out of his nest.
He's grown since he's come in. He's about 30% bigger, yes, and you can bite, as we know, so let's just have a feel. You've definitely got more grumpy.
Rory's radius joint refuses to stay in place, so his only chance of survival is for Romain to try some pioneering surgery.
World famous Romain. He's unbelievable world of knowledge. This man knows everything. He's like Yoda.
I am fortunate in that I've worked with wildlife for almost 20 years, and so I've got to pioneer all sorts of surgeries. I've taken as much experience from human surgery, veterinary surgery, to build new procedures and to do things in different ways. And so sometimes there are these really challenging cases where I get to put all of those skills and experience to play.
Just kind of fingers crossed that it all goes well.
Romain's plan for Rory is to drill a hole through the bone and secure the joint in place using suturing thread.
There we go, that's going back in joint there. So that's where I want to work. This is just a little fine pin that we'll try and use like a drill. So far it's looking good.
Despite his experience, it is still a complex procedure for Romain.
It's beautiful. So with that suture placed through the more difficult bone without us breaking the bone. So that's a bigger hurdle done. Let's get this out of the way. Let's hope we get away with this. I think in the end the result is what I hoped for, so I've managed to put a stitch across the two ends of the bone, sort of. It's an op that you do very rarely and only on a big bird. There's no ways that would be possible on anything a little bit smaller than this. A lot of the things we do we can't really take credit for. So it's the body that heals, and we just try to keep things close enough so that they do their job. You're going to take him back? Thank you very much. So far so good with the raven, but we're not through the woods yet. I'm going to give him another 2 days, and then I think I'm going to x-ray him. If it comes out of joint at any stage, then there's nothing else I can do. We'll put him down. If he does do, then we'll move him in a little while to an aviary and let him do some physio and start trying to use that wing, and then see.
Despite a clean bill of health, Boaty the seal was still underweight and refusing to self-feed. Her diva ways meant she was at the centre for several months. However, the constant care and patience from centre staff has finally paid off, and she is at last ready to be released back into the wild.
Our weight gain's been fantastic. In the last few weeks, she's gone right up to 28 kilo. She's starting to eat fish for herself now. Our repetitive swimming as well also became a bit more constant, so we now know it's time for her to go.
Release day for Boaty has finally arrived, and because Lucy and Sarah have their hands full, it falls to head of seals Canice and assistant Chloe to do the honours. It may look like a Houdini trick, but Boaty's protective carrier is to stop her doing a disappearing act.
You're all right. Just calm down. Just be fine. So you're looking forward to this today?
Oh my God, yeah.
Is this your first release? And you've got the pleasure of
Pleasure, you've got all the way to the rest.
I know.
With Boaty of all
with
people.
with Boaty of all seals. You're all right, sweetie. Calm down.
Boaty's point of release has been carefully chosen on the wild and unspoiled west coast of Scotland.
There's not as much grey population on the west coast, so it's a good area for her to come. And also, just because of the way she's been, she's had a lot of interaction with humans. Because it's taken so long in order to get her to this point, we thought it would be best just to put her somewhere a bit quieter. She's not going to have as much competition out there, and once you get her bearings, she's going to find it easier to fish. That's it. The animals mean everything to me, from getting them in and just dealing with the first initial assessment of them, and ultimately get them out, get them released, get them back to where they belong. Nice and calm today, which is good. It's what I want to do. That's my goal in life. Okay. Go on. Do you want to go out a wee bit? I'm not coming in. Look at her. She's just off. She's looking good, isn't she? We're surfing the wave. She's absolutely loving it out there. Oh! Now you can't tell me that's not a happy seal. I've never seen a seal react like that, to be honest. That's her. She's off. She doesn't have a care in the world. This is why I do my job. This is why I do my job. Surprised I've not shed a tear. Bye, Bob. Did you enjoy that? That was the best seal release ever. She was loving that.
2 days after surgery, Romain is checking up on the patient.
I'm hoping to make it better, but if it doesn't work, then I've just put the animal through extra pain and distress for nothing, and then I put it down, and I really feel dreadful about that. People imagine veterinarians deal with all animals and it's all the same medicine, but it isn't actually, because although they have the same problems, what they need to survive is very different. So a pet animal with 3 legs is fine and can be well loved, and you can modify your house around that. That's impossible for most wild animals to survive in that scenario. Fingers crossed. Looks okay. The problem is I can't tell what's happening with the cartilage. His joint is actually moving, so I think if it was going to fall apart now, it stayed in joint, we'd start to get a very stiff elbow as it fused, and I'm not getting that, so I'm hopeful this will work.
It's looking good for Rory. In 2 weeks' time, Rory will be given a flight test to see if his wing function has improved. Rory's extended stay at the centre makes him a familiar face.
We don't have any resident animals here, so the closest we come to resident animals is when they're here they've got like things like this going on and they need a lot of time, so you do get kind of attached to the ones that are here for longer. So yeah, it's good news today, and then we'll just see how it goes.
From the rugged, towering mountains of the Highlands to deep, mysterious, glistening lochs, from thick, lush woodlands to the miles upon miles of golden beaches, Scotland's wildlife has some of the world's most beautiful landscapes to call home. And today, Katrina has the perfect spot to release her most recent charges, a family of 4 baby wood mice.
We're releasing the mice that I hand-reared. Hopefully they'll be able to just run off and find a wee bit that they can hide in, find plenty of food and stuff, so hopefully it should be all right for them. These guys came in, must have been about 3 weeks ago. So I was hand-rearing them for maybe about 10 days, a couple of weeks, and then they've just been kind of self-feeding for the last week or so. So that's them ready now. I think it makes it like extra special, because I mean all the releases are good, but when it's something that you've hand-reared, it's even better. This is a good wee location, nice and quiet for them, lots of stuff that they can kind of run and hide under.
The wild looks exciting, but the security and smell of their man-made home means they are reluctant to leave.
I think they just didn't want to leave their pouch because they've been in that for a while. But yeah, now they're off exploring. I think they've all kind of separated. One went up there and there's a few around here. So they've found wee places that they can hide, so they don't really need their pouch anymore. So that was one, he seems to have found his little home just under that tree trunk there. Just like making his wee nest how he likes it, and he's nibbling away on stuff there, so that's a good sign. Already at home.
Rory.
2 weeks after surgery, it's the moment of truth as Romain and Katrina prepare to give Rory a flight test.
I'll grab him out. Oh, good boy, good boy. Right, what we might do is put him up on something. Do you want to hold the hands and me put him on? He can't control your flight down. Able to just get him with the towel. I know, you're such a clever boy, aren't you? Really trying, isn't he? Oh, Rory. Such a big, beautiful bird. It's now about 2 weeks since his surgery, so he may not be fully flighted, but his wing function should be better. So it means that, you know, despite the operation, it's either not worked or there's another problem. I'd love to think this is something we're going to fix, Katrina, but I think the odds, unfortunately, are stacked quite against him.
The operation to hold Rory's wing joint in place needs to succeed if he's to survive. But after the unsuccessful flight test, Romain fears the worst.
Oh, boy. It looks like what's happened is this broken bone is healed, but the radius where I've drilled all those holes that took forever and sutured it in, it almost looks like the bone's either broken through, but it's popped out of joint again, so it's out of joint. I mean, that was the last thing I could possibly try. Yeah, there's nothing else I can really do, I'm afraid. I think it's probably time to call it a day.
Unfortunately for Rory, Romain has made the hard decision to put him down.
I was really upset when I had to put Rory down because I genuinely thought, although it being our last resort, that we had a really good chance that this operation was going to work, but sometimes these things just happen.
The moment that we had to make the decision to put him to sleep was obviously really hard.
Oh, Rory.
But it's the right decision. Some people might think, oh, you could keep him as like a captive animal, but he was born in the wild and he's meant to be a wild animal. He didn't want to be around us, he wanted to get back out into the wild.
People often speak about doctors and vets switching off and staying detached from their patients, and I actually don't agree with that. And there's always a small sense of maybe I could have done something different. I think that's important because if it doesn't hurt and you don't care, then maybe I shouldn't be doing this. So I actually keep myself slightly exposed, and it does hurt me, but I think it's a price to pay that makes me keep caring about what I do. Hey, Rory boy. Bye-bye, boy. Okay, stop breathing now.
Dealing with a loss is just part of the job, but the team must look to the future.
All ready, guys? 1, 2, 3, go!
The staff at the centre work tirelessly to get the animals back to the wild. Be it a nervous mouse or a flighty barn owl. But they can't all be present at these happy times. So sometimes there's a chance to share these special moments with the team later. Boaty, the centre's most tricky seal, was cared for by Sarah and Lucy, and head of unit Kenise has got them together to see some of the release footage.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Oh, look at that. This water's different. It was good for Chloe as well, for her first release. go. And she's absolutely loving it out there.
Such a difference when you see what she was like inside.
She was right over. It was awesome.
You think what she was like just inside, and you see her doing that, you're like, that's what she needed.
It's nice looking back, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it's nice for like us too. Like we never went on the release, so for us to kind of remember what she was like at the start and then actually getting to see her go, it's just lovely.
She's just so relaxed, just
a proper seal, a happy seal.
The team are also hoping for a positive outcome for another patient at the centre as they prepare to give the red-throated diver a water test to see if he's able to be released.
Before we put in the water, if someone puts waterproof trousers on, if he stays in the water and he stays waterproof for 12 hours, then we just get him out of here tomorrow.
Okay.
Right, I'm going in the water, let's see what we do.
The releases are getting the animals back to where they belong. They don't belong in captivity. And it's given them the second chance. It's given them the chance they need. And hopefully we've done the job to the best of our ability that they can take it further and they can carry on and hopefully live happy, long, full lives.
All that can be done for now is to leave the diver to reacclimatise to his more familiar aquatic surroundings. The team wait in anticipation. The diver has adapted well to his water pen, and Colin is checking in on his progress.
It's perfectly waterproof, quite content. I threw him some fish in, straight away he's diving under and picking them up. So he's really good. He's feeding well, he's got lots of attitude. He needs to go back where he came from.
With a clean bill of health, there's still the job of finding the perfect release spot for the bird.
What we don't want to do is just put it in any old loch where there's divers, because then you disrupt the breeding pair. So you don't want to affect the wild birds. So the best thing we can do is take him back to exactly where he was found, which is the Keswick Bridge. The reality is the best chance it's got is to go back where it came from.
And it's assistant manager Johnny's turn to take the 135-mile road trip up north with a less than enthusiastic passenger.
These days are what you do the job for. Even though we've got a long drive today, you drive 3.5 hours to see a bird go and it'll be gone in maybe a couple of seconds. This is the bridge that he was found on. We'll just have to hopefully let him go, hopefully he'll do his thing, and then we'll never see him again, with the kindest of hearts. It's just about finding a suitable spot just to let him get on the river so he can push himself away, and then he can find himself a space from there. Perfect. Yeah, that's what you wanted. That's what we drove all this way for. He's gone and he's dived under, which, yeah, I mean, it's great to see as well. I mean, to see them take off with that much excitement. It just shows that when that's what they want. They want to be back in the wild. Now he's gone and I can't see him. Stayed all that way for 3 seconds, but it's a good 3 seconds.
It's a satisfying end to the day. And releasing a red-throated diver back to the wild is a huge achievement for the team. But for Johnny and all the staff at the centre, the work is never finished, as they help the animals that were born to be wild. Next time on Born to be Wild, vets Alistair and Liam size up their latest patient.
He looks very, very alert. He looks as though he's ready to take on the world, I think.
A swan family gets a health checkup.
Just checking everything and make sure we don't miss something.
And Bertie the water vole is Nicola's cleanest patient.
This is actually the only toilet-trained animal, I think, in the whole centre.